It looks like wanting to ban books in school districts is not the winning message some on the right might have thought it was even just a couple of years ago, because there's been a strike back against book banners in a number of districts in Texas. So several candidates in suburban Texas school districts who opposed book bans won their elections in the most recent round, defeating conservative officials who had supported and indeed implemented book bans over the past few years. So in the Mansfield Independent School District, this is outside of Dallas-Fort Worth, the board president, the board secretary, and another board member were all handily defeated by local candidates opposing book bans. Ana-Alicia Horn, a data management professional, defeated Keziah Valdez-Farrar, the incumbent board president, who was backed by a far-right mobile phone company called Patriot Mobile. So she defeated the juggernaut of Patriot Mobile, attaining more than 60% support from voters. And Mansfield ISD had already, starting a couple of years ago, began to water down some of the book ban policies that had previously been passed in response to public outcry. But that was an early warning sign that people don't actually want this, or at the very least, they think that it's gone way too far. And I like that that continued on to actually supporting candidates that are gonna hopefully get rid of the entire thing. We also have elections in Katy, this is outside of Houston. The incumbent board president defeated by former principal James Cross. In addition to pushing for book bans, including pressuring a committee to reconsider books that it had already reviewed and deemed to be accessible, the guy who just lost supported a right-wing policy in the district to inform parents if their children asked teachers to use pronouns that differed from the gender they were assigned at birth, essentially outing those kids as trans to their parents without permission. So another good result. We have another in Fort Bend, there's another one too. So I like, particularly in Texas, a place where Donald Trump's approval rating is now underwater in both Florida and Texas. So more good news to end the week. But I like that in particular people are turning against book banning. Brett, what do you think?
Yeah, it's also a lot of the time these books were just like in a library. The kids had to go find them. Kids don't really do that.
Yeah.
Like, oh, how dare you have it? And they make this giant, like behind me, there are books. Imagine if someone launched a huge campaign to ban like this one. Now, obviously you should ban this one here because it is part of my collection that I keep going to Japan and buying tentacle porn for John, and he never accepts it. And it's actually right over here. I'll bring it out later for the members.
I wish this was a lie or a joke.
This is actually true. These are the creepy ones, and I'm scared. I'm scared that they're here. But John refuses to take them home and learn Japanese to really understand the thrust behind them. But anyways, like when people ban books, they're never the good guy. They're blocking ideas. These books that end up in your shelves at here are books that were like important. And I remember reading Cold Sassy Tree as a kid, and there's this really weird scene where like they do horrible things to their little sister in a barn or something like that. Like, I was in high school. We were at a point where you just kind of encounter these ideas. It's part of a larger novel that has grown to have some significance. But like, just if you're banning books, and if you're angry at comedians who are obviously telling jokes to get at some deeper truth, then you're on the wrong side. I hate to break it to you. Like, it's okay to appraise these things as ideas you don't agree with. And it's weird that the left has this cancel culture reputation when the right is literally canceling like Newbery and Hugo award-winning novels.
Penguin. Yeah, I've been spending a lot of time in libraries recently because my daughter can now go. The idea that I would be like, if I were to rank like my problems that I see,
99 of them.
Kids reading a book would not be on that list. Like my hand would fall off before I got to that point of the, like them reading a naughty thing in a book. Do you know what, like here's my phone. Do you know how fast I could find the dirtiest porn
Do
on
not
this?
turn that camera around. Don't turn that phone around because it might display what you were looking at last.
The last window. But anyway, yeah, the idea that that would be a problem. And so it's not only censorious and all that, it's also so wildly disconnected from the world we live in. We have got to, as a species, as a society, get past this idea that a kid reading about masturbation is the biggest threat facing their life. It's not in the top 500.